Good afternoon. I want to welcome you back to the Big Homie Rob podcast. This evening, I want to come to you talking about nutrition. About it's been almost about 2 years ago that I became a vegan, and before for 17 years I hadn't eaten beef, I hadn't eaten pork, I had only eaten chicken, fish, and turkey, and of course the vegetables and stuff like that. Was drinking alcohol and not really taking care of myself like I should have. I didn't know, and you don't know any better. You do what you've seen your family do. You do what your mom showed you. You do what your grandma showed your mom, and so on and so forth. So you go back to learning those things. But I remember when I gave up beef, and it was like one of those days. Like I couldn't. When I realized I just couldn't pass it, I think that was when it was like, yo, I can't eat this anymore. And you find out over time, what you can eat and what you can't eat. But that was one of those things that I was like, yo, it's like it's been a week since I've gone to the bathroom, or it's been a little bit longer than that, and I'm starting to feel sick, so I need to stop eating it. So like I say, I haven't eaten that in 18 years. Yeah, since 2000. So and then with the pork, I pretty much gave that up at the same time. And then I just stuck to, chicken, fish, turkey, vegetables, still eating, chips, fried food, and all that kind of stuff. All the things that I like to cook. It's not like I go out to eat a lot, but when I did go out, I go out and get what I wanted. But I knew I was in total control of what I made at home, and I still did what I chose to do. So as of 2 years ago, basically, I think we're coming up right up on it, maybe a month shy. Um, I decided that I was gonna become vegan, and I was just gonna cut the meats out. I just didn't like the way my skin looked, and the way I was feeling. And so, and within that time, as of 3 years, 3 years ago, I had started working out. Now, don't get me wrong, I have those times where I go in hard for 4 or 5 months, and then something comes up, and then I say, well, I'm just going to take a little break, and then that 2 weeks turns into 3 weeks, turns into a month, turns into 90 days, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm regressing, and a lot of the fat that I had lost comes back way too easy due to still eating like tortilla chips and not drinking a whole lot of sodas. Very, very seldom. I'd say I'll probably drink maybe one a month. I'm primarily drinking juices and water. But I look at the sugar content, and it seems like, I think that's been my main downfall is the sugar content. And everybody knows. Well, not everybody knows, but I'm gonna say a lot of people know that sugar is the worst thing that you can have. It's almost it's basically a poison, especially unnatural sugar. When you're talking about pure sugar cane, or you're talking about honeys, you're talking about agave. When you're talking about natural stuff, that stuff doesn't affect you like the sugar you go to the store and buy processed sugar. And I work for a bottling company. So I sell that. We sell that drug on a daily basis. And that's right. That is the number one drug in America is sugar. And most people know people think that it's pills and cocaine and heroin. No, it is sugar. Everybody has it because, like I say, I work for a bottling company. And it is amazing how many sodas we ship every day to the same company every day. I mean, it's and we talking about by the truckload, by the truckload. I done delve so deep into my company as of a couple years ago. Like I wanted to know what it cost per case, and then cost per pallet, and then what we sold it for, and the numbers are crazy, and it's because people love sugar, and I get it. I get it. That's something that I still struggle with. So like I say, I decided to become vegan just to take the reins of my life back. I wanted my life back. I wanted my organs back. I wanted my health back, and And as of 2 years, I haven't slipped up and eaten any meats, no eggs, no milk, no cheese. So I haven't done any of that. All that I've been doing is eating predominantly salads, a lot of greens. Um, I've been eating I've been having a protein shake, which is a vegan protein shake. I've been doing, doing my supplementation and stuff like that. And in the beginning, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was tough when you out here smelling people out here cooking, fish, cooking chicken. You riding by stores that you used to go to and get, that I used to go to and go get like a chicken meal and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of the meat today is fake. A lot of the meat today is fake because of the way that they're producing it. So it's almost like, you're gonna kill yourself by eating fake meat by the way it's been processed and what have you. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people I was talking to a guy today, and I was like, at work, and he had this look on his face. And I remember when he had walked past me, and then the next time I saw him again, I said, bro, where you coming from, the bathroom? And he was like, yeah. I said, man, you've been in there for a while. And I said, man, whatever it is you eating, you shouldn't be eating that. If it take you that long to go to the bathroom, I remember my grandfather, that when he used to tell me, he said, you need to drink plenty of water. You drink enough water, it'll slip right out of you. The stool will slip right out of you. And I understand that. I understand that because, when I do it and I drink, I try to drink. I'm not gonna say I'm like sitting around just mad hydrated and stuff like that, but I drink, probably 80 ounces. 80 ounces of water a day. I'm not gonna say that's some people out here drinking a gallon. You know what I mean? But like 80 ounces, 60 to 80 is usually what I can deal with and stuff like that. And I should be doing more and then cutting out the juices that I've been drinking because of the sugar content. Because that's the main thing I have to do is get off of the sugar. But back to the nutrition and stuff like that, it's doable. When somebody say, oh man, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to become vegan. I don't know what to eat. What do you mean? Look at what you usually eat that you have on your plate. Take the meat off, and that's what you got left. Be it, rice and beans and something green, or a salad, or like I like to make a spaghetti. And in my spaghetti, of course, I have a red sauce. And then I have zucchini, I have squash, of course I have onions, I have mushrooms, I have black olives. It's a real hearty, robust spaghetti. And then I'll have pasta with it, and of course I'll drink maybe a juice and some water or something like that to go along with it. But it's all about your nutrition, getting away from eating processed foods, because it's processed foods they're being adulterated. They're being stripped down. They take the real food, strip it down, add a whole bunch of stuff to it so that they can stretch it. No different than somebody buying a bag of cocaine and then adding baking soda and whatever else to it so that they can stretch it to make more. So that's basically what they do in processing food. They get the wheat, and then they turn it, they get the wheat, and then they do this, do that. And now they done stretch that 1 pound of wheat into 5 pounds of wheat. And they've made, instead of making, with 1 pound of wheat making 10 loaves of bread, they done turned it into making 60 loaves of bread. So it makes sense. It's all about the dollar. That's what this place has always been about. This place being the United States, this is what it's always been about, making a dollar. It's never been about, the health of the people. The hospitals, the hospitals, they do a great job of making sure that people stay sick. They do a great job of making sure people stay sick because it's all about the dollar. But like I said, I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to talk about nutrition and how we should be out here eating whole foods. Okay, whole foods. Yeah, I got some tortillas in here. Yeah, I got some bread in here. Yeah, I got What else? Maybe some tortilla chips and stuff like that. But I'm not out here going crazy. I'm not out here going crazy. I got fruit. I got fruit. I got kale. I got romaine lettuce. I got tomatoes. I got onions. I got bananas. I got apples. I got cucumbers. I got peppers. I got all of this stuff that I can eat on a daily basis that will make me happy and that will feed me and nourish me. Now, don't get me wrong. Am I missing some elements of nutrition? More than likely. But at the same time, that's where my supplementation comes in. It's just out here, a lot of times I can eat a nice hearty salad and I'm not tired. But I know after I eat, be it like last night I had tacos, and in my tacos I had black beans that I had cooked, and then I had refried the black beans, mashed and refried, and then I had raw cabbage, and then what else I had? I made pico de gallo, and for people that don't know, that's tomato, cilantro, and onion with a little bit of lime juice. And then I had an avocado, and that's the ingredients that I sat here and I put together every taco that I ate. A little bit of beans, a little bit of pico de gallo, a little bit of cabbage, a little bit of guacamole, and then I'll put my condiment on it, which is a Mexican hot sauce that I have. And that's my taco. And I had probably about 4 or 5 of those last night. And I was very satisfied. But it gave me the itis. And I knew the only thing that was in it that was going to give me the itis was that tortilla. Because that tortilla is processed. There's a guy that I work with. And I sat at work. I think this was last week. And he went to this place and he got a plate of food. And he sat there and he had been eating on it throughout the day, and it was time for me to go. So I was sitting there getting myself together, changing my shoes and all that kind of stuff. And we're sitting in the office and he's sitting there and he's eating that stuff. And he could have been playing around, but I was sitting there talking and he was talking to me. And then I kind of stopped and was looking at something and looked back, and he had literally fallen asleep because that food had knocked him out. Now, I know that was the truth. I know that has happened because I have eaten when I used to eat like that, and 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, that stuff has got you. That stuff has got you. And it's because it's got stuff in it that's designed to make you feel lazy, to make you feel sloppy, to make you get sleepy, so that the all the extra calories that you've taken into your body make you fatter, make you lazier, make you sloppier, make you crave more of those foods, because in your mind, oh, that was delicious. That was delicious. I want some more of that. That was delicious. But if you go back and you look at, I don't know what my ancestors ate, but them people that was sitting in the woods in Africa before they was brought here, they wasn't eating all of this mess that we eating here. They was probably eating the whole foods, the fruits and the vegetables. One word ingredients. I have bananas. Bananas is the only ingredient in that. I have a pineapple. Pineapples is the only ingredient in that. I have tomatoes. Tomatoes is the only ingredient in that. But then when you look at, like, I went to a store today and I bought some more tortillas, and it has in it a lot of stuff. It has in it a lot of stuff. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, this is what I have to get away from. I have to get away from the sugar, and I have to get away from the bread. Can I do it? 100% I can do it. I done got this far. I just have to find that substitution, be it the honey and the agave that I like to use and stuff like that. But I have to find it. Do I need to make my own tortilla? Which I know how to make my own tortillas, because when I dated the lovely Spanish woman from Mexico that I still see to this day and talk to this day, she taught me how to make tortillas. Now, granted, if I go into my cabinet and look right now and see what's in the ingredients in this cornmeal to make it says